the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. All right, Mark, it is the Team League. I am really excited for these two somewhat brand new teams. We have one returning team, but with a new flavor.
You are also Christian Harloff.
Oh,
My
yeah.
name is Mark Ellis, and what a matchup we have today. Now, we have seen one of these teams before in the 2015 incarnation.
We saw them.
We defeated them. That
Yes.
was Nerdist back when it was Dan Casey and Jessica Chobot. Now, Chobot is out, Rachel Hine is in, and with them, Christian, is a wealth of nerd knowledge. But make no mistake, IGN. Do I know what those letters stand for? I think I do.
What?
IGN.
Perfect. Look, these are two heavyweights in the world of nerd news. We know that.
International Gaming Network.
I mean, one of them has nerd in the damn title. They have been talking smack on Twitter. They have been talking smack on Facebook, on Twitch. They've been all over the place. IGN versus Nerdist. It's a rivalry that started here. I'm very excited to see it because it's going to be a lot of fun tonight, Mark. And the landscape in general. These are teams now that want to enter the Team League. And you've got a lot of teams now that have been building themselves up. You've got the Rotten Patriots who are the champions right now.
They're on the mountaintop
They
right
are on
now.
the mountain. And so what, see?
We know.
So what we're going to start doing to let people know, because people have been asking about as far as what it looks like right now, instead of looking at the top 10 ranking special, real quick for you, here are the top 10 rankings of the teams as they stand right now. The number 10 team would be 6 Degrees at 1 and 2. The number 9 team is Real Rejects at 1 and 2. Followed up by the number 8 team, Tough Beats, who stands at 1 and 1. Then Team Heroes, 2 and 1. The number 6 team, the Wolves of Steel, Mark Riley and Clark Wolf. Followed up by the number 5 team, the Evil ETC. They are at 3 and 2. And then you have at number 4, Rotten Tomatoes, fresh off their victory at 3 and 2. The number 3 team would be Top 10. The champion, John Roca and Matt Nost, the number 3 team, and they are at 4 and 2. Then myself and you, the Schmoes, at 4 and 1, the number 2 team.
Damn right.
Lastly, Team Trek still has that number 1 spot right now at 3 and 1. That's it. That's where we look. So IGN or Nerdist hopes to become into that top 10.
And in order to get in the conversation, they're going to have a mammoth task in front of them because Nerdist is no joke. Dan Casey proves he knows his stuff. Rachel, a great, valuable addition to that squad. And when you look at the guys for IGN, Eric Goldman and Jim Voivoda, it took me 19 years to get that pronunciation right. Did I nail it? We're about to find out.
Hey, it's your boy Dan Casey here, coming in hot, back from the 2015 tournament where we almost won. We're basically that French guy who lost to Michael Phelps, but now we're back for blood. And this time, I brought my pal Rachel Hine here to take down all comers in this year's Schmoedown.
I won't let you down, Dan. You're my boy.
We are very excited to be in the Schmoedown, and I think our competitors should be very worried about us being in the Schmoedown.
I think I'm even more competitive about this. I'm going to kick your ass, Nerdist. There we go. It's coming.
It is coming.
What can I say about IGN that hasn't been said about a pile of butts?
Look, Eric, I love you, but this isn't the 100. We're taking you down.
Dan and Rachel, Nerdist, these are nice guys. They know a lot, but they don't know as much as we do,
You know what I think I'm going to see? Abject goddamn terror in their faces. That's what I'm seeing.
IGN, today in the Schmoedown, it's gonna be like your bar mitzvah, except this time, no one's showing up. That's right. No one's gonna be there to see you read your Haftorah. No one's gonna be there to throw fruit snacks at you. No one's gonna be there, period. A lot like my bar mitzvah, but in this case, you're gonna rue the day you crossed paths with us. You're gonna wish you stayed on the other side of the street.
Look, we're going to try our best. We're going to have some fun, and you're going down.
I think IGN is here to come in and take names, kick ass. We've been around for 21 years as of 2017. I think we got a lot we're bringing in here, and some of these kids are going to have to watch out because we're coming for them.
Basically, we're going to crack necks, cash checks, and leave the rest of them to clean up the bodies.
What he said.
So you see there's a lot of fun banter between the two of them, and it looks like IGN's going a little bit more of the heel route, and then you have Nerdist, who Dan's having a lot of fun talking about bar mitzvahs or whatever he's talking about, but he's having fun doing it, so here we go.
Two mega conglomerates, Nerdist versus the International Gastroenterological Network.
Sure. And let's get to the tail of the tape. You have Team Nerdist. Their strengths are Star Wars movies, comic book movies, and quitty whips or witty quips. That's exactly what I meant to say. And then right next to them, IGN, where you have Star Wars movies, comic book movies, and talking smack on Nerdist on Twitter. They're very good at that, by the way.
They're very good at talking smack. A lot of smack talk, but that all ends right now, Christian. Now it's time to see who knows the most about books. Excuse me, movies.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first, from the back alleys of Burbank, with a record of 0 wins, 1 defeat, the Duke, Dan, Casey, and Rachel, the Haymaker.
Like some varsity jackets representing.
I like the team outfit. It's real nice.
Very Oakland Raiders like Christian coming out here. Will they be that level of heel, or will they be heroes?
And their opponents from the mean streets of Culver City, making their Schmoedown debut, the Eagle, Eric Goldman and Jolton, Jim Bears, Team IGN.
Coming out like they own the place, a little more demonstrative, a little more cocky. Christian, what do we make of that intro by these two gentlemen?
All dressed in black. There you go. So they're all right. So
Very angry coming out.
this is what we waited for. It's Nerdist versus IGN, the Team Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Mark, why don't you let them know what the rules of round 1 are?
Listen up, teams, in round 1, you all get the same question, and each team can get up to 2 points per question. What you do is you're going to hear the question, which is from one of 8 different movie categories. You write down your answer on the dry erase board in front of you, and after we say time, you drop your pen. When we ask your answer, you simply state your answer as you're showing us what you wrote. Each question is worth 1 point per person. There is no penalty for missing a point, and obviously there is no stealing.
There's also a challenge rule. Throughout the match, you are able to challenge a call if you think that there is something that goes a particular way that you feel is right and it was judged wrong. If the third judge comes in and overrules the call, you will get the points, obviously, and you will not lose your challenge. However, if you challenge and the call sticks, you will lose your challenge, and that's the only challenge you will have per the game. The other thing that you is the JTE rule, meaning you can only ask to repeat the question 3 times per match. You cannot. That is the only 3 times per match. That is the JTE rule. All right, Mark, you ready to go?
We asked them very clearly, yes. Are my competitors on the Nerdist team ready, Dan and Rachel?
Oh, yeah.
Nerd Saw's ready.
And we go to IGN. Is Eric and Jim, how do you pronounce your last name once and for the record?
Vavida.
Vavida. He has a J in his last name, chooses to ignore the Scrabble points implicated with that J. Round 1 is about to kick off, and your first question is, in the world of animated films, what is the name of the prince that Aladdin claims to be in Disney's Aladdin? The name of the prince.
I really wish they wouldn't have done Aladdin 2. You ever see that one?
The Sands of Time, I believe.
I'm
The
disappointed.
Return of Jafar, perhaps.
Thanks for remembering it. And 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, pens down, please. And Dan.
I have a frowny face because I completely forgot.
All right,
Prince
Eric.
Frowny Face it is not.
Prince Ali something.
That is
Prince
correct.
Well, except Prince Ali, Rachel.
Prince Ali, because I was too afraid to put the rest of it
That's
for
all
fear
right.
I'd get
That's
it
okay,
wrong.
Jim.
Elijah, because I'm thinking of my favorite whiskey.
All right, so we got 1-1. IGN and Nerdist, 1-1.
That is correct, Christian. It is not Passover, and Elijah is not coming through that door.
All right, here we go.
All right,
Your
all
second
right.
question in the category of action adventure. What is the name of David Carradine's character in Kil Bil?
You know, there's a volume 2 to that not a lot of people have seen.
That's not true at all.
Unknown fact about Kil Bil.
All right. And 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Eric.
Bill.
That is correct. Rachel.
Bill.
That is correct. Jim.
Bill.
All right, and Dan.
Bill.
All right, now we got the Bill question. There you go.
A little bit of tomfoolery there.
William.
It should have been Killian.
All right, here you go.
Here we go. In your next category, comedy, the question is, which actor played the new brother-in-law of Chris Farley in Tommy Boy?
Very, very underrated comedy.
Very influential movie for a fat kid growing up, such as myself.
Oh, I see. I was wondering if you're going to say such as myself.
Defense mechanism, written all through that movie.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Rachel. David Spade. That is incorrect. Jim.
Rob Lowe.
That is correct. Dan.
Look, I cast the person I wanted to see, David Spade.
Incorrect.
Remaster it.
Eric.
David Spade.
All right, incorrect. All right.
I'm the only one that knows Tommy Boy.
You're the black
All right,
sheep
so-
of this bunch.
Jim got that one right. Okay. All right, and your next category of drama. Craig Brewer directed Terrence Howard in which 2005 film?
2005, big year for you. Talk about it.
It was difficult.
Good year for you.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, I've seen the stats.
Wasn't a career.
Wait, what was the category one more time?
That would be drama. And you've got
All right.
Are you? How many times are they allowed to
3,
ask for the category?
2, 1. All right, Jim.
Hustle and Flow.
That is correct. Dan.
Look, I got the Black Knight, which stars Martin Lawrence, not Terrence Howard, as I've quickly put together.
Eric.
Oh, that's so
Hustle and Flow.
That is correct. Eric and Rachel, nothing. All right, so they have 2 more points for IGN, who goes up 6-3 now on Nerdist.
I'd like to put in the appeals court that we give Dan 3 points for Black Knight.
That was good. All right, Mark, next one.
No.
Your next category is from family movies. Your question is, in The Ghost and Mr. Chicken, who plays the role of Luther Heggs, a.k.a. Mr. Chicken?
Good old Mr. Chick.
My brother got this movie when he was 9 years old on VHS. We watched it a lot.
You love that movie?
It is great. Both The Ghost and Mr. Chicken, great performances.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Dan.
Sam Elliott. I think we had different families.
Yeah. Incorrect. Eric.
Don Knotts?
Wow, that's correct. Rachel.
I just went with Jeff Goldblum because I think he should be in everything.
Incorrect. Jim.
Don Knotts.
Wow, look at that. 2 more points for IGN starting to take off here.
That's right.
2 points. Right?
Christian, the wacky neighbor of Three's Company, starting to be a factor in this game.
All right, in the category of fantasy sci-fi, Billy Crudup tells Albert Finney, "You're like Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny combined, just as charming and just as fake." In which movie does he say this? Man, a lot of writing. You hear that
It was a
squeaking?
wordy question.
Yeah, well, I didn't write it.
I like hearing the squeak. It's like a basketball game.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eric.
That was in the little-known Time Cop 3.
That's incorrect. All right, Rachel.
Almost famous.
Incorrect. Jim.
Big Fish.
Correct for 1 point. Jim really showing up here. And Dan.
Went for classic Crudup Princess Mononoke.
No.
Christian, it's almost as if we asked the competitors to just name a movie.
All right.
Horror thriller is your next category. Your question: what is the name of the second installment in the Robert Langdon trilogy, based on the novels by Dan Brown?
Good old Danny B.
The second installment in the trilogy.
Yeah.
Robert Langdon.
Yeah, that's what we said. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rachel.
Angels and Demons.
That is correct. Jim.
Angels and Demons.
Correct. And Dan.
I went Da Vinci Code. I thought Angels and Demons was a prequel.
All right. And Eric.
Angels and Demons.
Angels and Demons.
It is a prequel?
In the books, I believe
Yeah.
it's a prequel.
All right,
but
so
it's the
chronologically,
second
fuck
movie
you.
that came out.
They Temple of Doomed you, okay?
I almost did Inferno
right.
because our experience watching
Yeah.
that movie was
IGN
wanted
gets
to
2
do
more
that
points.
anyway.
Nerdist comes out with 1 point in that
No, I
round. It's
didn't get
11
it.
to
We just
4.
had a great
They
time
could really
watching
use
that
a good showing on this last
All right,
question.
so let's get to the final category, which is new releases. Who directed the 2016 Marvel Cinematic Universe film Doctor Strange?
What
You
am I,
just
the
watched that
audience?
again.
I just watched Doctor Strange again.
What?
Great movie.
Oh, you
It's
liked
good.
it? You
Yeah,
liked
I
it
mean,
better
it's
the
really
second
good. I think I did. I was
Okay.
watching it with Schnapp and Campy and Dennis. And, you know, they're big nerds.
So you drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it was good Kool-Aid.
3, 2, 1. All right, Jim.
Scott Derrickson.
Correct for 1 point. Jim's been on fire here. Dan.
Scott Derrickson?
Correct. Eric.
I can only remember part of his name. Derek Arg.
That's incorrect. And Rachel.
Scott Derrickson.
That's correct. All right, so the Nerdist gets 2 more points. And
I wish his name was
so we
Derek
got
Arg.
IGN now with a 6-point lead going into the second round here, Mark. That is a big round for IGN.
That's
Very
right.
impressive round.
Eric playing well, but Jim playing so well that he earned the right for us to pronounce his name correctly, Jim Vejvoda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boom.
There
Thank
you
you.
go. All right.
Nailed it.
So round number 2, Mark, tell the teams how it works.
In round number 2, we have a beautiful, gorgeous-looking wheel that's going to come out with 10 different movie categories on there and also some added attractions. Each category corresponds to 6 movie questions on the wheel. Each question is worth 2 points. When you guys draw your category, if you don't like what you first spin, you are awarded 1 mulligan. You can spin again. Whatever that lands on, you must answer those 6 questions. If you do not know the answer to the question, you can ask for multiple choice, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1 point. Keep in mind, teams, you are allowed to consult with your teammate, and also there is stealing allowed in round 2.
You will also get 15 seconds to answer these questions. All right, guys, so here is round number 2. Now, IGN, you guys are up 12-6. You can either choose to go first or second.
Let's go first.
All right, you're going to go first. Give it a really good spin here.
spin.
There's the
All
big
right.
spin.
Give it a good spin.
Decent spin. There it is.
Meaty-looking
It's
spin.
gonna land on
I give it a B.
Sandra. Are you gonna
America's sweetheart.
Are you going to
Yes.
stay, or do you want to spin again?
I'll spin again.
Spin
let's
again.
spin
Big
again.
It
spin,
looks like
big spin.
Jim really wanted to spin again.
There's that big spin, and it's going to land on
Tim
Burton movies.
Burton.
All right, here we go. I'll go.
Tim Burton movies.
All right, so the category of Tim Burton movies. IGN, you guys are up. What is the name of the dog in Tim Burton's The Corpse Bride?
Multiple choice.
All right, is it A, Scraps, B, Sparky, C, Zero, D, Bones?
I've had all those nicknames.
We're going to go with Bones.
It's incorrect. Would you like to
Damn
steal?
it!
Nerdist? Just for the steal?
Can we? Yes.
Yeah, could we hear
Can we hear
those
the options
multiple
again?
choices one more time?
You can, but that is one of your 3. And
Oh,
it
really?
is-
In
yep,
that case.
Yep.
Yeah.
You still want it?
No, we don't. No. we
Okay.
don't need that.
All right.
We're not JT over here.
We're gonna go with Scraps.
That's correct for 1 point.
That's a
Nerdist taking
big
the
steal
That's a big
early in
steal.
round 2.
All right, IGN, your second question. In Big Fish,
Hey.
what is Sandra's favorite flower?
I have no idea.
Can we do multiple choice
Yep.
again, or are we scoring
No, you can do multiple choice.
Okay, let's do it again.
Is it A, roses, B, daffodils, C, daisies, D, sunflowers? Nerdist is taunting them. 5,
What do you guys think?
4.
We're going to go with sunflowers.
That's incorrect.
Should have gone with Sandra Bullock.
I know. I was ready for Sandy.
All right, Nerdist, you got.
We're gonna ring it with daisies.
That's incorrect. We're looking for daffodils. Daffodils.
Daffodils.
was- All right.
They're all
solid
deflowers.
flower.
They're
Come
all
on.
So
flowers.
couldn't capitalize on the steal there, but
Botanical
question,
bullshit.
They're all flowers.
Question number 3,
remember
IGN. In Dark Shadows, Carolyn is what kind of mythical creature?
trying to remember.
I know.
Carolyn.
Played her.
I go with the obscure ones here.
It's just such a memorable
5.
film.
4,
So good.
3,
She's a
2.
vampire.
Incorrect. Nerdist.
Oh, wait. I know now.
I never saw it, but I'm happy to guess any mythical creature.
5.
Succubus.
Looking for werewolf.
Ah.
It was the Chloe
Werewolf.
Moretz character.
Werewolf
I was
was
thinking
in-
Michelle Pfeiffer.
And so IGN, who came with that big lead in the first round, hurting here in the second one.
That's one where he's Willy Wonka, but he
Alright.
drank blood, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question
yeah.
number
And eats all the children.
question number 4.
Would have been a better ending.
You will find the character of Lydia Dietz in which Tim Burton film?
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
That's correct.
Oh
for
my
2
God,
points.
he said it
Doomed
3
us all.
times.
All right. Question number 5. Who directed the Tim Burton produced film The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Henry Selick.
That's correct for 2 more
Ooh,
points.
deep,
Now
deep
they're coming
knowledge.
back.
That was
Now
a
they're
good
coming
one.
back.
The good questions, finally.
All right.
I would have gotten that.
In what Tim Burton film does the main character defeat a terrible monster known as the Jabberwocky?
Alice in Wonderland.
Correct, for 2 more points.
They started out a little weak,
Yeah,
but they
that's it.
came
That was
home
it.
strong.
That was it. All right, so
It's the spirit
Nerdist
of
actually
Sandra Bullock
Nerdist
driving.
needs to have a really good round here
Feeling
because if they don't score any points
Oh,
right now, IGN can knock Nerdist out. All right, guys, you guys are going to spin the wheel. Rachel, give it a good spin, please. All right.
Good spin that time. What do we got? Sandra Bullock.
Sandra
Raises her head
Bullock.
again.
Sandy B, you and me.
Wants to be picked.
Are you staying with Sandra Bullock movies?
What do you want?
I don't know.
She is watching.
Let's do it. Let's try it. Just so we can vote.
We're
Spin
gonna-
it again? All right,
We're
give it a
gonna
good-
we're gonna spin it again.
Big
Sandy,
I'm so sorry, Sandy.
Sorry, big
I'm
spin.
sorry.
This is personal. This is for the blind side.
They're going for Star Wars. They're going for Star Wars. And it's landing on. Ooh.
Opponent's choice.
I know it's right on the edge.
This is
Christian,
bad
could we see
news.
them go right back to Sandra Bullock, who
I don't
is at home watching?
I don't know, but IGN now has a chance
boy.
to knock out Nerdist
Oh,
if they pick the
man.
right
Biopics.
biopics.
Mother of
Biopics.
someone who's in a
Wow.
movie.
Wow. So now IGN smelling the blood.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
That's going to
it's
be
all
a
good.
Water.
tough
Yeah.
category for both Nerdist and us. We have to scroll all the way from S back down to B,
Right.
but we have made it.
Nerdist
Here
needs
is
to
your
get
question.
out of. They have to at least get up to
Right.
9 points deficit. Otherwise, they're going to get knocked out here by IGN. All right.
Okay, Nerdist, your first question in the world of biopics for 2 points. Who played the title character in 1992's Hoffa?
We'd like to select multiple choice as an option, please. Thank you.
You may for 1 point. Is it A, Jack Nicholson, B, Danny DeVito, C, Scott Glenn, or D, Ray Liotta?
Five, 4, 3.
Ray Liotta.
That is incorrect.
Fuck.
We go to IGN.
Jack Nicholson.
For 1 point.
I should have gone with my heart.
Yeah.
19-7.
1 point back to you, Nerdist, for 2 much needed points at this point.
Yep.
All right, calm down.
Yeah.
Why don't you cool it there, friend?
Whose
What
side are you on? No
Oliver
one's, hopefully.
Stone 2004 epic film starring Colin Farrell depicts the life and times of a famous world leader?
Multiple choice, please.
Is A, Seize the Day, B, Troy, C, Hannibal, or D, Alexander?
Could you repeat the question one more time, please?
What Oliver Stone 2004 epic film starring Colin Farrell depicts the life and times of a famed world leader?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Seize the day.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
Alexander.
Alexander.
Another
There you go.
point. Christian Nerdist now has to shift into that Fast and Furious gear. What acclaimed actor-director was behind the camera for 2 famed biopics, Gandhi and Chaplin?
We do multiple choice, please.
You certainly may.
Ooh.
Is it A, Clint Eastwood, B, Richard Attenborough, C, Rob Reiner, or D, Ron Howard?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Richard Attenborough, please.
He also created Jurassic Park, and you are correct. Richard Attenborough.
There you go. They needed that. They needed that.
It's called a buzzer beater, creating drama, adding value to what you're watching.
20-8. And your next
We're doing
question.
it for you.
Someone resuscitate Rachel?
In the world of biopics, which actor portrayed famous magician Harry Houdini in the biographical film Houdini?
Robert Downey Jr.?
That is incorrect. We go to
Fuck.
IGN.
Tony Curtis.
And your winner by way of knockout.
It's a knockout.
Thank you.
We tried. Should've-
Christian IGN coming to play hard. Despite an early misstep in round 2, they really came back. The stealing helped them. Thievery is beneficial, kids.
IGN just put the whole team league on notice. 22 points, and they didn't even get to the 3rd round. It's
pretty good.
That is an impressive debut by IGN. And Nerdist playing, look, they got stuck with biopics. They didn't want that. They maybe should have stuck with Sandra Bullock, trying to get Star Wars, trying to get themselves out of the hole. We'll see Nerdist once again. But we're going to talk to Emma Fife, who is with IGN and Nerdist. Here's Emma.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? I'm Emma Fife here with Jim and Eric of Team IGN with a very impressive debut in the Schmoedown. I must say, a knockout on your very first match.
They're really lucky I didn't bite their ear off, too. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
I did have to hold him back a little bit.
Did you go to, like, the Mike Tyson School of Movie Trivia?
Started going through my head, and I was like, I saw that sea of red, the red 22 versus the blue. What did they get? 8? And I'm thinking of the election, and I'm like, Nerdist, you should have gone to Wisconsin.
Ooh, wow.
You live in IGN's world.
I mean, you guys were on fire in round 1 there. And round 2 got off to a little bit of a shaky start, but you got back in there eventually.
They threw a few curveballs at us, sure, but we just wanted to make Nerdist think that they had a chance and then just take it from them.
I see you're hustling them is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Long con.
Totally. So you felt pretty good about that Tim Burton category then.
I felt pretty good about it, and then they had some challenging questions, but I think at the end we showed we knew our stuff.
Yeah, you guys definitely came back very strong throughout the entire match. Now, obviously, really good debut. What's next for you guys? Who do you want to take on in the team leagues?
Well, look, I'm a fellow masshole like the Pats team, so I kind of want to take them on, but we'll see. I don't know. I think I could probably.
I mean, the Patriots are the current team champions. You guys think you're going to go all that way?
Yeah.
I think we can take them all. I think we showed
that
we're a force to be reckoned with here, and so all the teams need to be on notice because IGN has now entered the fray.
You know what IGN stands for to answer that question? I got knowledge. Apostrophe N.
Okay, I was going to say knowledge is definitely spelled with a K. Well, congratulations again, Team IGN. I'm sure we will see more great things from you in the team league here at the Schmoedown. And we are back with Team Nerdist, Dan and Rachel, who couldn't quite make this match work for them today. Dan, I got to say, during round 1, I was really always curious to see what is Dan going to write next.
Hey, like to keep opponents guessing, want to lull them to a false sense of security. Who knows? Maybe we let them win today. Maybe this is a part of a PSYOP operation we're running on IGN to take their wind out of their sails in the future. Who knows?
Now, Rachel, this was your first time participating in the Schmoedown. How are you feeling?
I just want to say one thing. Sandra, I'm so sorry that I didn't believe in you. I know you. I wanted to try to find something that Dan and I could answer all the questions together. I should have believed in you. I should have believed in us. Next time I won't make that mistake.
Yes, that you're echoing the sentiments of classy Clark Wolf, who was in the audience and said the exact same thing. So going forward, are you guys going to do the Schmoedown again? How are you feeling? You feel like you're going to have a strong comeback someday?
Yeah, I mean, like a glorious phoenix, we'll rise from the ashes and destroy all those who oppose us, including every Tom, Dick, and Sally in the audience who is like, oh my God, you didn't get that? You didn't know the answer to that one? I'm freaking out right now. I know the answer. That's right, I saw all your faces, and I'll remember them like Arya Stark, and I will not forget.
And by all your faces, he means specifically the outlaw John Roca. Rachel, how about you? Are you ready to get back in there?
I'm dying to get back in here just because I feel like biopics was the one that I didn't want. So any other category, I think I could do better.
Absolutely. I've always said I don't give a shit about real people or their boring-ass lives. Don't make movies about them.
Well, I appreciate you guys trying to hold out for that Star Wars category. Again, should have believed in Sandra Bullock, but, better luck next time, and I'm sure we'll be seeing you guys around these parts again. Back to you, Mark and Christian.
There you go. Look at IGN calling out the entire league. They're
ready to go,
They're ready
man.
to go. It looks like IGN is going to be playing pretty soon. Once again, I bet you will see them in the Ultimate Schmoedown. We'll bet you see them against some of the top-tier teams because that was an impressive showing.
That's right. Nobody's ever going to mispronounce the name Jim Viveda ever again, as well as Eric Gordon. Great team, great chemistry on there. Heads, look, Nerdist did a great job. They just came. They didn't have it. They got some tough category choices in round 2. They'll be back soon as well.
All right, and now it's up to you guys. Make sure that you comment and like. That's how we get more of these matches. That's how we get more people like Nerdist and IGN in the ring, with you guys commenting and liking. Make sure you do that. Make sure you check out on Friday the big match between Little Evil, JTE, going up against classy Clark Wolf, who makes her return to the ring. And whoever wins this one, Mark. they play Mark Riley for a chance to play the outlaw for that belt.
That's right. Not as much pressure on you, the home viewer, to simply make sure you request to be a member of the Facebook group Movie Trivia Schmoedown. That is Christian Harloff. I am Mark Ellis. Thank you all, especially you, Sandra Bullock, for watching.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Josh McCouga here with your fantasy update post-IGN versus Team Nerdist. Listen, if you have Nerdist in the team, we're probably not going to see them for a minute. I would drop them. If you did, you got 4 points. That stuff kind of happens in the team league. You don't know how the chemistries work. A lot of tough questions they got opponent's choice. Here's what I would do. You got a lot of fresh teams coming up. You got Ken and Rachel Cushing. We don't know their names. You might want to pick them up. There's a lot of teams coming into this, so keep an eye out. When Christian announces match, jump on that waiver wire. Pick people up. Drop people. Make trades. If you want to make a trade, Wolves of Steel is going to be playing a lot of matches. Team IGN, they put the world on notice today on the Schmoedown. They are coming in hot, and they are going to score. I would draft either one of those two teams. IGN looks hard, they look determined, and they look like future winners of something special. That's your fantasy update from Josh McCouga. All the specifics, go to the Facebook page, go to schmoesknow.com. I wear the suits, I tell the points. Love you guys. Schmoedown.
Hey guys, if you like this video, click the thumbs up button. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It'll help you stay up to date with everything we've got going on here at Collider.